But the question is, how much do you like them? Would you be so obsessed with it to start injecting filler into your shoulders, your abs, and even shattering every bone in your leg just to be a couple inches taller? We're talking about the obsession of having a wide frame with a perfect 90-degree angle shoulder.
Fake muscles. And if you don't know, well, now you know. The new trend, we've seen a lot of people, a lot of young guys, I've seen them in the gym using all type of performance enhancement drugs. We know the women have been doing the BBLs, and apparently all these social media coaches, fitness coaches. But now we have something else that's crazy. They're doing muscle implants, y'all, all the way in China. And you know that stuff's going to make it to America. Man, it's crazy out here.
Do you like wide shoulders? How about long legs? I mean, I sure want to look like your next 6-foot thirst trap Douyin model. But the question is, how much do you like them? Would you be so obsessed with it to start injecting filler into your shoulders, your abs, and even shattering every bone in your leg just to be a couple inches taller? We're talking about the obsession of having a wide frame with a perfect 90-degree angle shoulder. So I've started looking into some of these Douyin beauty crazes, and the term 直角肩 is a trend going on about right-angled shoulders. The goal is simple. Your shoulders should be flat across the top and form a perfect, crisp 90-degree angle with your arm. Why? Because it gives the illusion that your neck is longer, your head is smaller, and your clothes, well, they hang better. The ultimate dream. Kind of like having an architecture major work on your entire body.
And you know, it's kind of funny because I remember watching a video about Chinese beauty standards and how they had this waist thing where for the girls, if you could put your hand around a girl's waist like this, something like this, around that, you were considered extremely beautiful on the beauty scale. And you know, I mean, not to be stereotypical, but a lot of times Asians, Chinese, Japanese are obsessed with perfection. And it's funny because what he's saying isn't necessarily wrong. As you see runway models walking down the runway, they do have the broad shoulders. They do have the long neck. They do stand tall. And it's like they're a walking hanger with a clothes are hanging off of them. But to somehow simulate this from installing, I don't even know, did that look like silicone pads? I don't know what that is. That's insane. Yo, where are we right now? Come on now.
就不会那么僵硬，你这样动个肩膀，哎，都是很 OK， 它不会说它就掉下来了。
Now, this trend blew up on platforms like Douyin and Xiaohongshu, where trends pretty much evolve at the speed of light at this point. Many Chinese idols naturally have this shoulder shape, naturally as in genetics. But come on, I ain't letting genetics stop me from going stretch res. Which is exactly what the Douyin influencer Zhu Jingyi thought. Back in June, she attended an event wearing an off-the-shoulder dress. Her studio released photos that made her shoulders look extremely perfect and defined, like almost as if they weren't real. Like someone used the polygon lasso tool on her. Now, Jingyi naturally had very narrow shoulders, and she was short too. So when you're short with narrow shoulders, the camera angles can proportionally make your head look a lot larger. Nessun said that it looked like she had the big head filter on. So shoulder pads became her go-to styling weapon. Whether she's filming dramas, attending events, or appearing on shows, she wears shoulder pads to balance her head to body ratio. Now shoulder pads, I know it's goofy, but they've been around for a bit. And many influencers use this shamelessly, and I mean, it was so obvious that it looked like your next favorite BL model would pretend. But pads?
Yo, you know what the crazy thing is? Now, I've had shoulders because I work my shoulders, right? And I've been doing that, like I said, since I was 14. There is a certain aesthetic with your shoulders. All they really have to do is just work your shoulders out. Just do shoulder exercises. It's not that serious, and they will develop over time, right? Even pull-ups. Now, of course, it is going to be harder genetically for women to have this, but for men, you can get the rounded shoulders and you can actually widen them with those lat exercises like the pull downs and the pull-ups, and also any shoulder exercises where you're pushing up. But it's just clownish. It doesn't even necessarily look real. And they tripping in China. What are they doing?
That's for little boys. Real men and women inject filler into their shoulders to make it look bigger. Clinics in cities in Shanghai started advertising hyaluronic acid injections across the top of your shoulders to make them proportionally larger. The filler fills in the natural dip near the acromion and the clavicle, raising the shoulder line to make it appear a lot flatter and wider. Some people even inject Botox into their traps to weaken it and create a gentler slope. We went from hitting shoulder day to injecting shoulder day. At first glance, people are like, oh, it's just hyaluronic acid. It's the same things used in lip filler. calm down. But here's the thing, your lips don't carry Chinese groceries. Your shoulders do, and they move constantly. They rotate, they lift, they bear a lot of weight, so doctors have warned that too many filler can actually compress blood vessels and nerves, and it can actually cause skin necrosis and even deform muscles. And because hyaluronic acid dissolves over time, you need to top it up every 6 months or so to keep that crisp shoulder aesthetic. So essentially now you're just stuck in a subscription plan for having wide shoulders. And don't even get me started on the wrists, because once the filler dissolves, your shoulders may look even worse than before. All for what? So your off the shoulder dress hits different for 3 Instagram posts? And this is just the beginning, because once influencers decided that shoulders were not enough, we escalated. We entered the Chinese BBL and fake abs era. I'd never thought I'd say such things. Take Yang Mi. During an awards show, viewers noticed her perky peach shape behind shifting and sagging slightly on stage. Netizens went completely wild because they started analyzing this frame by frame.
Talk about flat back. So tell me why even with the butt pads or implants, I don't think they're implants, but they look like pads. How are you still flat back there, bro? How are you still flat? Even with the enhancements, I'm looking at you like, yo, them Chinese chicks ain't got nothing back there, my guy. Holy smokes. Come on. If you're going to do it, at least make it count. Make it look like it's something. You're going to do it, and it looks like she went from super flat to kind of flat.
Frame. But who would have thought that even male actors would suffer the same fate? During a magazine shoot, celebrity Zhang Xincheng attempted to lift up the female model, and suddenly his booty pads just started visibly bulging out. And he responded by saying that the wind got too strong and the air went in. He even posted videos of his regular gym workouts as proof that his physique was real. And netizens were like, sure, bro. Or the C-drama, The Blue Whisper, netizens noticed that the actor Ren Jialin's abs looked suspiciously silicone. I mean, at least blend the neckline, right? Now, if wearing booty pads and muscle suits already sound ridiculous, remember, this is the least extreme because these are just props. You can wear them, you can take them off, but what if I don't want to wear it? You know, what if I want it to be permanent? So what inevitably spawns from all of this? Somebody who injected their entire body with filler. Enter Andy Hao, the fashion and beauty influencer who spent around 4 million yuan on 40 hyaluronic acid injections to sculpt his body. $500,000 on filler. Valid. Andy has 100,000 followers on Douyin, and he openly states that 20% of his body contains hyaluronic acid. Over several months, he received hyaluronic acid injections into his shoulders, collarbone, chest, and abdomen. The goal was to carve out defined muscle shapes, and mainly his artificial 8-pack abs. The injections essentially created ridges under his skin designed to look like abdominal muscles, basically sculpted lumps placed strategically to make it simulate definition.
Yo, come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Yo, you could literally get this body just by a simple workout over the course of even someone like him. He could develop that muscle within, let's say, 90 to 180 days, 3 to 6 months. It is not that serious. And why does he still got that little boy face? This dude looks like he's 14 years old. What is going on? And is that lip gloss? I don't understand the beauty standards. It's this weird contradiction. You want these low-key masculine traits as far as broad shoulders, abs, chest, developed muscles, but then you also have this super effeminate looking face and style. Like, it's very strange. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know if it's Instagram, if it's social media. It's just so weird. I swear on some level, social media is making people absolutely crazy. Crazy.
Definition. And the craziest part, he calls himself a pioneer in cosmetic bodybuilding. Not a bodybuilder, a cosmetic bodybuilder. We have officially separated muscle from hard work. In a video, he said, I totally agree that muscles do not grow on cowards. Which is, I mean, already ironic. He even taunted netizens, asking if they would dare to endure what he endured.
首先呢，我非常认同你们所说的那句话，肌肉永远不会长在懦夫身上。但是你要知道，我都打了这么多了，我已经不是懦夫了。换成你的话，你敢打吗？对不对？我是在我身上。我喜欢，我满意就好了。为什么我要取悦于你们呢？还有就是说一眼假的问题。 假的，真不了，真的假不了。我没说过它是真的，它就是假的。
In another video, he claimed that he would crack walnuts with his abs on livestream to prove their strength. 5 months after the procedure, he said the results looked even more natural as the filler finally settled in. Well, now that it's settled in, what happens in like 10 years? Many doctors warned that injecting 40 doses of hyaluronic acid could crush the skin and cause vascular necrosis. Because muscles move and contract, but fillers are static, they just sit there. So while his abs might look realistic when he's standing still, when he moves around, they will not perform like actual muscles. So lumps can look uneven or maybe even distorted. So when the hyaluronic acid eventually dissolves, because it will dissolve, your abs might look even worse than before. And of course, he has to keep topping up every couple of months or he'll just watch his 8-pack abs slowly deflate like a balloon. He's at 40 injections right now, but he publicly stated that he's gonna continue.
Yo, this has to be some type of like mental disorder or something. I think it's called body dysmorphia, DSM-5. I know they took it out of the book because they didn't want to offend anybody. But the reality is this has to be body dysmorphia. For you to go to this extreme, it's just like when people change anything on themselves to the extreme of thinking that there's something completely different. This is another version of that. It's like, bro, just go to the gym, just work out. I get it. We all want to be shredded. We all want to look great. We all want to, have that amazing Olympian type physique. Hey, I'm included in that, but 40 injections, bro. And like I said, it's so weird because he still has this very effeminate look on him. I don't know. I mean, can anybody explain this Chinese beauty standard? I'm so confused. Oh my goodness.
Until 10,000 injections and hopes to apply for a Guinness World Record if his artificial abs last at least 3 years. And here's the thing, I get it. Social media amplifies everything. The most extreme trends go viral. You post a regular gym pic, cool. But inject 20% of your body with hyaluronic acid fillers, viral. I mean, some netizens are even cheering him on. Like, what are we doing? But there's still one thing that you can't inject your way into, and that is your height. Short kings and queens, prepare for what I'm about to say. We're talking about influencers literally breaking their own legs to grow taller. In China and across East Asia, height has always become a sensitive topic. Long legs have always been romanticized. There's this idea of the 9 head proportions, meaning that your total height should equal the height of your head multiplied 9 times. The taller you are, the more elegant. The longer your legs, the more of a model you are. Now, I'll try to explain this leg lengthening procedure in the most simple and less gruesome way possible. Essentially, the doctors saw the bones off in your lower leg or...
Yikes. Now, I have heard of the whole leg operation, but usually in the US, it deals mostly with guys, right? Guys that are short kings that want to be taller. I know there was one of this black dude where he was like 5'7" or something, and he became 6'2". He grew... It was something crazy, bro. He grew like 6-7 inches or something like that. And I think it ended up working. It was around a 2-year process. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was in a wheelchair for a certain amount of time. And the thing is, these people are young. Again, are your bones going to hold up when you're 50? Most of these people are in their 20s. Are they going to hold up when you're in your 60s, 70s? What is the quality of your life going to be later on? This is vanity, people. Vanity. This is crazy. He's talking about sawing your bones. What?
Thigh in half. Then they insert an external fixator, usually like a metal frame or a stretching mechanism. In some cases, they insert a big titanium nail inside the bone for internal support. After that, every single day, the patient will turn screws and knobs on the device to gradually pull the 2 bone segments apart. Yes, you manually widen the gap between your own broken bones as they heal. You're supposed to lengthen around 0.8 to 10 millimeters per day with the goal of gaining about 6 to 8 centimeters over 3 months. So as the gap slowly increases, new bone tissue comes in to fill the space. And the National Health Commission of China forbids using this surgery for cosmetic purposes. So naturally, the underground market was like, bet. On platforms like Baidu, Douyin, and Kuaishou, many accounts started covertly recruiting people for limb lengthening. Many of these beauty salon accounts were banned, but new ones came up immediately. People started documenting their journeys online. 90-day recovery diary, 155 centimeters to 163 centimeters, daily growth records. On Xiaohongshu, many sketchy accounts claim that they underwent the surgery and were walking completely fine afterwards. But you can't even really tell if those posts are real or just paid promotions. But one 32-year-old influencer, Chen Ledan, revealed that she underwent bone-breaking surgery to increase her height from 157 centimeters to 161 centimeters. After the surgery, she publicly declared that only by being beautiful can she be loved by her husband. She also said that learning self-discipline is necessary to...
Well, there you have it. There you have it. A deeply rooted insecurity. Oh, can she be loved by her husband? How about you love yourself? That's crazy. You see how skinny she was? It looked like she got face work done as well. I'm telling you, man, people are turning themselves into mutants. Be looking like teenage mutant Ninja Turtles pretty soon. Yo, that's just crazy to me. Like the lengths that human beings will go. And then I think they said that it wasn't for the pleasure of other people. At least that's what other dudes said. And I was thinking, dude, everything you're doing is for the pleasure of others. It's not even for you. Knock it off. Man, I think they need therapy.
continue being loved. I don't know about you, but this is the complete opposite of self-discipline. She seems to be doing all right now, but orthopedic experts have constantly warned that complications can easily surface later in life. This is really no joke. Lengthening can damage blood vessels and nerves. The steel pins for fixation can even cause chronic bone infection. If people accidentally pull on the screws and the knobs too fast or too much, it can become uneven and cause nerve paralysis, meaning that you can probably never walk again. You trip once and it's over. All for 4 centimeters. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good. There's nothing wrong with cosmetic procedures either. If that's what you want to do, and then so be it, go all out. But when it becomes this extreme, when you're injecting 20% of your body with filler, or manually widening your broken bones, it may very well ruin your life or somebody else's. So shoulder pads don't look too bad after all, now do they? So yeah, if someone doesn't love you because you're not 6 foot or have 90-degree shoulder proportions like a Dorito, just know I do. Doesn't love you because you're not 6 foot or have 90-degree shoulder proportions like a Dorito, just know I do.
And that's how they're going to end up looking. But at the end of the day, he's right. It is about just loving yourself, man. This is ridiculous. All you have to do is get a gym membership, get on a nutrition plan, clean up your skin, straighten your teeth. You can do the basic cosmetic improvements and be the best version of yourself. And if then nobody or somebody you like doesn't like it, man, tell them to kick rocks. Well, I'm saying you don't got to tell them that, but I'm saying prioritize your peace of mind and do you be the best version of you that you can be. And that is enough.